right here at Karura Forest for the Equity launch of their 2023 Sustainability Report. I'll be speaking with Dr. James Mwangi, the Group MD, just to unpack what is in the report and much more. Let's go straight to the conversation.
Dr. Mwangi is a celebrated African entrepreneur and named by the Financial Times as one of the top 50 thought leaders in emerging markets and among the top 20 most influential people in Africa. He is a career banker with a bias in inclusive finance. He's a certified retail banker and was admitted to the honorary membership of the International Academy of Retail Banking. He's a group managing director and chief executive of Equity Group Holdings. Dr. Mwangi is credited with providing the innovative leadership that has seen Equity Bank transform from a small and technically insolvent building society to one of the largest and most successful digital and inclusive banks in the world. Equity Bank has become the first bank to go fully digital across 6 countries where the bank operates. Dr. Mwangi is also the founding executive chairman of Equity Group Foundation, the social impact investment arm of Equity Group.
Dr. welcome.
Thank you very much, Bramaya.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's been almost a year when we had such a moment again, and this is still a continuous one. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And I just wanted you to help us just understand a little bit on your new theme, A Sustainable World is a Transformative Africa, based on your 2023 Sustainability Report, and also the new tri-engine model. What is this new phenomenon that you have adopted?
Thank you very much. Mina, we have brought the role Africa needs to play going forward upfront.
Yeah.
And that's why we have chosen the title, A Sustainable World is a Transformed Africa.
Absolutely.
And Africa needs to transform to make the world sustainable.
Yeah.
The second aspect is the issue of the movement in history that we are in.
Yeah.
Some people feel we have a 1947 movement,
Okay.
the global reset. And we want to highlight that in that global reset, Africa needs to be on the table.
You're right.
And take a seat on the table. And its voice must be put on the table. And that is what this title of A Sustainable World is a Transformed Africa comes from.
Absolutely.
In terms of what we are, the main highlights. The main highlights this year is mainly on our advocacy.
Yes.
It's where we are championing the cause of sustainability and advocating both to the private sector and to the public sector that we are running out of time to save the world by addressing environmental issues that needs to come through. So the thought leadership at various forums have come out very, very strongly. But more importantly is the way we have built an integrated structure to bring sustainability. We're calling it the African Recovery and Resilience Plan. And we're saying if we do things deliberately and intentionally in a planned way, we'll be able to get better the outcomes on our African sustainability than if we did it individually. So with a plan, then the bigger responsibility we have is leading people around the plan. And that is why we had this opportunity here, so that we can be able to inspire people to work together.
Okay. You become an early adopter of the Task Force Nature-Related Financial Disclosures, conducting nature biodiversity assessments and all that. How is this going at your bank?
Yeah, as you had earlier said, we have moved from just focusing on commercial and social, which we have been known for, whether it's the Wings to Fly program and the others that has significant social impact. And we said, can we go beyond the 2 regions, the commercial and social region, and add a sustainability region? And that is where we are coming with a trio region.
Absolutely.
And we are highlighting the importance and lifting sustainability to be given the same focus, like we focus on business, like we focus on social impact, so that we are now more focused on people, planet, and environment.
Absolutely. I have also noticed in the report that you have become, quite big, especially significant strides on matters energy and waste management, with notable reductions, especially on energy intensity and waste generation. So my question to you is, can you share some of these initiatives or strategies behind these contributions?
Yes, it's true, man. We have chosen to be the change that we want to see. We want to inspire people with our actions. We want to inform what we do by bringing data to the people, because people believe that if it's not said, it has not been done. And we are hoping by bringing this data out, you can inspire people. The biggest focus is what is the footprint that Equity Group is having on environment. And we have computed, we have analyzed that and said, where do we want to be? And so we are now figuring out when can we pronounce the date of zero net impact on us from our footprint. And it's then that we will have the moral courage to go to our partners, the suppliers, and say, this is the journey we are making, can we work together? And as we try to persuade our customers to adopt sustainable programs, then we'll be giving them examples of what we have done. So we are looking inwardly. How do we use energy? How much emissions do we meet as a group? And what can we do? The biggest waste we have realized is on paper. 536 tons of waste. And we have set ourselves a target of reducing that by 25% by end of this of next year. So it is when you know where you are, then you can set targets of where you want to be.
Dr. Ari, I can't end this sustainability conversation without what is really renowned on the group. When people hear Equity Group, there's a lot of conversation on Wings to Fly, which is now your social engine. I wanted to know, where does it now really fit within your sustainability, and what is the plan moving forward as well with the Wings to Fly?
The Wings to Fly and the Equity Leadership Program has now acquired a more significant role. It's no longer about scholarship. It's about developing leaders who are conscious of the need for the world to be led in a sustainable way. So they have become champions of sustainability and ambassadors of Equity Group sustainability. The number has now reached 60,000. It's a critical number of children from financially disadvantaged families who have made it to school. 82% of them are transitioning to university as they do their exams. So we are confident that if you get 82 out of 60,000, you'll still have over 50,000 becoming leaders at very elevated level. Absolutely.
One of our panelists today on your launch is actually a beneficiary of these programs, and I think he elucidated to the fact that he has employed over 450,000 young people now.
He's an entrepreneur now, leading the largest technology company in East and Central Africa, and that is what we need. These kids have unique capabilities, and we now have 19 tech companies within the group that we are supporting, so that hopefully Kenya can take its rightful position as a technology leader in the African continent.
Excellent. About a month ago, you released your half-year results. Impressive 12% increase in profit after tax compared to the previous year, 29.6 billion. I just wanted you to give some comments on that, especially on the drivers behind the performance.
Thank you, Mana, for bringing up the numbers. I think the numbers of Equity speaks to the concept of doing well and doing good, not being mutually exclusive. When I look, we started social impact nearly 30 years ago. We are now big in sustainability, and we're making this massive investment from a commercial enterprise.
Okay.
And what we have seen is that over that period of 30 years, Equity has grown from 10,000 customers to 21 million customers. We've moved from a balance sheet of 22 million shillings to 1.8 trillion shillings. And it's that growth that shows that the public cares about people who care about social impact and sustainability. So we are growing together by helping them to become more adaptive to the environment. They are doing better, and that explains why Equity is equally performing well. So our results reflected a 29.6 billion profit. And that gives the impetus for scalability and sustainability. And it's that performance that has allowed us now to go to the region and to cover 7 countries together with the rep office in Ethiopia and become the largest bank in sub-Saharan Africa in terms of market capitalization.
You're right.
While at the same time being celebrated by Euromoney as the 2024 best bank in Africa in terms of corporate social responsibility.
Wow. And even brand recognition. One of the things that I also notice is that your subsidiaries have really contributed big time, significantly to your, overall, especially total assets, profit before tax and all that. I just wanted to ask you a question. What would be your sentiments? What are you observing, especially in your subsidiaries, DRC, Rwanda and the likes?
I think an inclusive business model has been proven to be appropriate for Africa. We were a market leader in Kenya, but if you look now, we are in the top 3 banks in Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, and DRC, suggesting that we developed a business model that is appropriate for the African continent. But I've rightly said, the same brand that Equity has become the most valuable brand in East and Central Africa. We see the same iconic brand in those markets. Speaking to the customers value sustainability. They like the way we have converged economic, social and sustainability together to create the trio engine. It looks to us that the public appreciates those who cares about the environment and social well-being of those who are underprivileged.
Okay. Talking about customers, and what I notice is that there's a dominance. 84% of transactions are on your digital channels. I'm sure this is already a wake-up call to you and how your operations are going on. What are you observing in terms of these trends and customer behavior?
On one hand, digital transactions is what has helping us reduce our waste on paper, becoming more sustainable. But it's the delivery of convenience and ease to the customers, and making banking a 24-hour, compressing distance and time, so that you can do banking wherever you are, whatever time. That convenience is what is making great adoption. And we are very excited that as an online business, it becomes easier to expand, and it becomes easier to serve your customers and reduce the cost of serving customers. At the moment, what it means is that 84% of the customers are on self-service on the devices.
Wow.
And that banking is becoming fully digitized.
Absolutely. As we come to a close, one of the key things I've seen in your diversification now, you have been granted a general insurance license for really your customers and all that. So what is your immediate plans on this insurance segment moving forward?
We realized for nearly 40 years, we have been helping people to improve their lives and expand their wealth creation opportunities. And suddenly we realized people value life. And we said, how can we help people who value life by insuring their lives? How can we help them insure the assets they have acquired, such that we remove the risk of falling back to where we have come? So that's why we said, let's protect property, protect life, and protect health. And that's why we got the 3 licenses: health insurance, life insurance, and general insurance.
Wow. Okay. Finally, we must comment on the One Equity offering. You're talking about combining multiple financial services and all this. How do you envision this integration and approach in transforming your market and competitive edge?
We realize the same person who require financial banking services, there's one who require financial services, is the one who require foundation services and require technology services, like what is offered at the MVNO of PSP license.
Yeah.
So we felt that the best we could do is to build the concept of One Equity.
Okay.
Bundle the products together for ease of access, and we become a one-stop shop for the entire financial services, and meet the needs of our customers. The fact that we understand them from banking services means we can be able to understand them easily from their insurance needs, and that then makes it convenient to be able to serve them, and also make it easy for them not to be dealing with 10 different people, but one person who caters for all their needs. That is what is the one-stop banking or financial services, the One Equity concept.
Excellent, excellent for that. Your deposits increased 1.3 trillion from your customers, 57% as well on liquidity position, leading on this front. Any comment on that?
Yes, we are very excited that the brand has build trust and confidence in the public. And we have become the safe, secure place for people's wealth. And consequently, that explains why the deposits are growing. The economic environment we are operating in at the moment is quite strenuous. The high inflation rate, the high exchange rates, and the high interest rates, and we have seen people pause on investment projects. But we have now seen that interest rates cuts have commenced in the global market, and we hope for this environment will reset sooner than later, and we will see a significant uptick of loans. All that we can tell our customers is we have a huge buffer to support their aspirations and dreams.
Okay. The last comment will be on your headwinds. I know as the entire sector has its own share, but I wanted to know from your perspective, what is this that is keeping you awake to ensure, as they say, when you're at the top, you have to always keep thinking of how to remain at that?
At least when you are at the top, there are too many things that are known. People would expect that we would be worried about the known factors. For the known factors, we have created significant buffers on capital, liquidity, and quality. But it's that unknown factor, the disruption, the shock that comes from without is the competitor from hell that keeps us awake. But at the moment, what really keeps us awake is the risk of cyber, because we realize customers keep on being socio-engineered and losing money. So how do we get the customers to the same level of protecting themselves as they are protected by equity? That is what keeps me awake, because we have the support of the customer, but we can't take it for granted. We must stand for the customers to reduce any pain on them.
Absolutely, it will be a very painful thing.
Absolutely.
Indeed, losing any cash. Thank you so much for your time, Dr.
Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. So there you have it. Dr. James Mwangi himself, the Group MD of Equity Bank, very optimistic and really saying customer at the center, and even customer protection is at the center of their operations. Thank you so much for your time. I leave you now with the markets.